And I had secondhand embarrassment watching all of this go down. And quite frankly, I felt that I needed to take a Tylenol for their headache. That's how serious it was. If it sounds like I'm speechless and lost for words, it's because I am. This is utter chaos that's going down in the village of Dalton today. This is a mess. I'm telling you guys, I was on bated breath, right? Waiting to see what were they going to do next. They were yelling and screaming. I was just kind of picturing microphones being thrown around, chairs, tables. Oh my goodness gracious. This was tacky, okay? And then followed by a declaration by Mayor Tiffany Henyard, indicating that if they were to hire former Mayor Lori Lightfoot, that she wasn't going to pay her. So here again, we have vendors that would enter into an agreement with the township and the village of Dolton for a service, to execute a service, and you have the mayor telling you that she's not going to get paid. Now I have to say this much, guys. Girl, Miss Lightfoot, at least she told you in advance that you were not getting paid, okay? So at least you know up front, take it under advisement. Here's something that Mayor Henyard and her administration must understand. The citizens of the village of Dalton and Thornton Township has zero respect or honor for the position that she's holding, right? Those days are over. The ship has sailed. Anytime that you're in a meeting and there's utter chaos and the citizens have no respect for you, you don't appear to have any for them. It looks like it's self-serving because you're forcing them to listen to you, and they're outraged. They want you out. And there's no way that anything is going to get accomplished with this type of energy. So the trustees decided that they wanted to hire the former mayor for Chicago, Miss Lori Lightfoot, to do an investigation. She has the experience. So to come in to do the investigation and I guess make an analysis, right, of what is really going on behind the scenes. But the mayor, Mayor Tiffany Henyard, vetoed the order put in place by the board, by the trustees. So it is utter chaos. Utter chaos, honestly, is something I've never witnessed in my lifetime. And I just don't understand how it is that you guys are going to move forward with the citizens not respecting you. So when there isn't respect, Mayor Henyard, no matter what you do, if people don't respect you, and now they don't even respect the office that you're holding, it's probably time for you to just step down. It's really time. This is absolutely the worst show of politics I think that I've seen up close and personal in a very long time. And Mayor Henyard, I certainly understand the $300,000 plus salary that you have. Girl, it's a lot of money. I get it. But baby, let me tell you this much. You either have to walk out or get carried out. Because I promise you that these people are done with your shenanigans and they are serious, okay? They are done. And as my mom used to say, totally done with you and your shenanigans, girl. So you're going to have to figure out how you're going to leave. Get your pension, girl, your 401k, whatever it is that you have before you get released, right? Under a clause of dishonesty, and then you lose everything. Now, that's just me talking. Like, I'm not a financial expert of any kind, but I have seen things unfold a time or two. So I think you need to beat them to the punch if you know you did something. Now, if your hands are clean, right, and they're white as the driven snow, then you don't have anything to worry about. But girl, if you know you've done something, you got to beat these people to the punch. Go ahead and retire, put in your notice, get your pension, get whatever perks that come with your contracts, and get your baby and be piecing out, okay? Because the feds are ruthless. And the citizens of your community, they're kind of ruthless too, because they're done with your shenanigans. I don't know that you can recover from this. Irreparable damage certainly has been done. I don't see or envision a scenario where you're going to be okay and be able to recover from what has happened in the past while you've been in this office. And see, Mayor Henyard, this is why everyone needs a mentor, right? So that we don't react to that little voice in our heads telling us to do crazy stuff. Like the whole Nino Brown debut that you made in a formal meeting. Now, girl, you put that energy out into the atmosphere and you just look like you wrote the ending to your own movie. Of course, I'm not saying that you're going to fall over a balcony like Nino Brown did or get fatally injured. But I can tell you that that ending is so poetic and you decided to write it. So now you need to live with the fallout. It was your story, Tiffany. So all I'm saying, Miss Tiffany, is that if you're going to reenact a movie, right? If you're going to take on that character's persona, girl, you needed to choose a movie with a better ending, okay? So why not like The Fugitive or something like that? But instead, you picked Nino Brown, and it almost sounded like you chose the Titanic too, girl. I don't know, Miss Tiffany. And all I'm saying, Mayor Henyard, is that you are a mother. Girl, you have a baby. You cannot be getting fired and losing this type of income and possibly getting locked up. Girl, you have a child. Think about this stuff. What is going on with people just doing random things, thinking they could get away with it? Everything is traceable and everyone is replaceable. There's a concept that I live by, and I taught my children this when they were younger. One of the most valuable lessons that you will ever learn in life is to always recognize an opportunity when you see it. One of the worst things in the world that a person can do is not to be able to recognize what an opportunity looks like when they see it. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you only get one time to take advantage of an opportunity. Now, there's other things in life that may make that circle and it may come back to you. But there are some really valuable blessings in life and opportunities that may only come around once in a lifetime. And unfortunately, Mayor Henyard, it appears that this opportunity, you did not capitalize on this opportunity. And it's with great regret that I say this. I do not believe you will be able to recover from the irreparable damage that has been done to your reputation and your credibility. And finally, my father said this to me as well. You can always judge the caliber of person that you're dealing with based on how they deal with other people's money. And if they have no respect for other people's money, how they spend it, how much they spend, what the frequency is, the accountability process, that tells you a lot about the character of that person.
Cheryl, the people of Dalton want to know where their taxpayer dollars are going, and they show up here once a month trying to demand those answers, but assaulted by a trustee and then fired. For a moment, the clamoring outside Dalton Village Hall calmed, the crowd parted, and former assistant to embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard came forward. Fania Duke spoke in veiled terms of assault she says she endured from Dalton Trustee Andrew Holmes during a village business trip to Las Vegas last year.
This is very overwhelming.
In a lawsuit filed last month against the village of Dalton and Trustee Andrew Holmes, Duke says she was fired after taking to Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. In edited video provided to ABC7, Dukes described how she lost trust in Holmes, a well-known crime victims advocate.
I deemed as Uncle Drew because now I feel like if I step out of here and how I know you that you fight for these other people, these other victims and all of that, you have my back, until my last memory was me waking up in his room.
The allegations are part of an investigation by Las Vegas police, but Holmes has not been criminally charged. His designated seat on Dalton's board again sat empty on Monday night. Resident after resident railed against Mayor Henyard, accusing her of misusing millions of dollars in village funds and deceiving taxpayers.
You don't have a finance committee meeting. You don't let nobody know nothing.
The reason the business people didn't get their business license, because they wouldn't pay to play with you.
So, Tiffany, this is what I mean. These people have no faith in your ability to make the right decision, and your credibility is at a -0. Girl, are you seriously sending your goons out here to tax people, these business owners, with contingencies that if they don't contribute to your campaign, that they won't get their license? Girl, this is not the mob, okay? I know you lying.
Henyard has not been charged with any wrongdoing. Last month at a separate meeting, 4 trustees voted to hire former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to dig into Henyard's handling of village money.
I am vetoing everything they did at their secret squirrel meeting. She will not be paid for services.
Monday's.
And you know what? I didn't even mean for this to have a comedic element to it. It's just that the more I read, the more I study this case, and the more I listen to the news and watch the trustees and the citizens of the community. Girl, I don't know if you can't hear or can't see. I don't even know. But I can tell you one thing. You messing around with Miss Lightfoot, you're all of the town's trustees done went off on you one by one, girl, okay? And seriously, I totally get that Andrew Holmes has some serious allegations pending against him, but I will give him this. Girl, he wasn't dumb enough to show up today, I can tell you that, okay? I don't know where he is, but I can tell you what. He's probably not even in the zip code, okay? Because why? Because at least part of his brain is working. Because these people are not even playing with you guys. So the long and short of what I'm saying, Mayor Henyard, is this. You need to take this time to clean out your office, your desk, whatever little private areas you have in your office, both Thornton Township and the village of Dalton, and then just get your stuff and just go get your baby and just relocate to another zip code. Because girl, listen, if any of this stuff, if half of what is being alleged is against you is accurate, oh my God, Tiffany, I don't even know what to tell you, but it is not going to be pretty. I don't know, I might just be going up there with Russell Simmons. Where did he go at? Where did he go, to Beijing? No, he didn't go to Beijing. Where did he go? Morocco? No, not Morocco. Anyway, that they didn't have an extradition treaty with the United States. So I'm just saying, I ain't trying to tell you to escape. Don't be sitting up there, you ain't up a 5 foot nothing, acting like you got all of this attitude. Cause girl, that cell block D action ain't no joke. Big Bertha and them up in there, I'm sorry, boo. No. So hopefully you didn't do any of the stuff that these people are alleging. And at the least, hopefully, whatever you did was in bad judgment and not illegal. Cause girl, Big Bertha and them in The Orange is the New Black, like I said, that scared me, and it was a TV show, and I still got scared. It's just how it goes. That's just how it works. No one wants to go to jail. Nobody. So all I'm saying, oh yeah, it was Bali. Yeah, it was Bali. That's where Russell Simmons escaped to. I'm not really telling you to escape and do anything illegal, but if you did, you need to have a plan. A plan to maybe tail first, just cop a deal or something. I don't even know. All I know, Tiffany, you're 5 foot nothing. You ain't gonna survive in jail, girl, because all that attitude that you be having up there while you got that gavel and all this stuff, and your 15 million, security detail people around you, it will not be like that in jail, sweetheart. It will not be like that in jail. You're not gonna have any bodyguards. no weave, no Sephora, nothing. So girl, you need to think about this. You may want to tell if you did something. I don't know what you did, but if you really did do any of this stuff these people are alleging, you might want to go tell first before, Keith Freeman and your boy over here, Holmes, or somebody tell first. Because Tiffany, you have made a lot of enemies. So you may want to just think about that, girl. I don't know. Me personally, I probably would just tell. Be like, listen, let me call in to have an appointment with the feds. And listen, guys, this is what happened. See, I watch all of this stuff on American Greed, Tiffany, and the person that goes first, they get the best deal. Okay? So you might need to go ahead and tell first before your boys get in there and tell. Now, they may have already told. I don't know. But it's worth a try if you really did do something. If you didn't, and you're confident that you will not be convicted of anything, then hey, girl, I'm with you all the way. But if you did, and only you will know, you might need to go cop a deal, girl, real fast.
The same space that federal investigators visited last month, according to sources, to serve subpoenas looking for personnel and business records as part of an ongoing federal investigation.
Now, earlier tonight, we did reach out to Trustee Andrew Holmes via text message and over the phone to try and get a comment on these allegations, but we did not hear back.
This board meeting definitely turned heated with a shouting match breaking out at one point between Mayor Tiffany Henyard and one of her trustees. Mayor Henyard also lashing out verbally at former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who trustees have hired to investigate her.
What do we want?
Ahead of a Dolton Village Board meeting, residents calling for action.
What do we want it? Now!
In that group, the former assistant to Mayor Tiffany Henyard was there. Fania Duke showed up to Village Hall thanking community members for their support after releasing a videotaped statement she says happened a year ago on a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas, where she accuses community activist Andrew Holmes, a Dolton trustee and ally of Henyard, of assaulting her.
But I at least knew I got a man with me, I'm going to make it home. I ain't even got to worry about try to go on the strip by myself. I legitimately thought that, I was going to make it home. Until my last memory was me waking up in his room.
Holmes has denied the allegations and has not been charged and was not at tonight's meeting. Dukes was put on leave and later fired after coming forward, filing a civil lawsuit.
I am pleased that Trustee Holmes is not here, although I asked him to suspend himself with a little integrity.
This all comes after the FBI served subpoenas at the village of Dalton and Thornton Township, where Henyard is also the supervisor. Those subpoenas named Tiffany Henyard, her top aide Keith Freeman, two of her allies on the village board, the deputy police chief, and a dozen others seeking expense and employment records. Critics accuse the mayor of using taxpayer dollars to bankroll trips to the tune of $102,000 in the past year. Her cancer charity also under scrutiny. The FBI also investigating claims that Henyard withheld construction permits and business licenses from her opponents.
You got somebody to answer to, and that's the people of the village. This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace. And you won't step down?
We need to take our township back and put it in more capable hands.
A lot of times this board sells you off of fake news, which is they come out and they film things and they put our community in a bad light.
Last month, the Board of Trustees voted to hire former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot as a special investigator into Mayor Henyard. Tonight, Henyard vetoed that appointment.
It's veto power, so how dare you think you could come in someone's town and start working or doing something, even though we said something stating it's illegal. We cited the code and everything in here, and she will not be paid for services.
Tiffany. Girl, are you seriously telling this lady to her face that you're not going to pay her? Now, let me tell you something. Miss Lightfoot is not one of my favorite people. She said a couple of things that I thought was just kind of totally out of pocket. But, okay, I respect whatever her experience is. And not only that, she looked kind of scary, in person. I don't really think I would be messing with her like that. Tiffany, you need to be careful. Don't be all up in that lady face telling her you're not gonna pay her. Okay? People don't play about their money. Girl, couldn't you like just send her something a little more subtle? Like maybe send her an email, like US mail, snail mail, like Pony Express. Girl, send smoke signals, something. I know you ain't sitting up here telling this lady, and she look rough for real. Like she look like she don't even play. Like I'm scared of her, and I'm in Florida, okay? And she can't even get to me that quick. So you go mess around and find out. Don't be telling that lady you're not giving her money, girl. What is wrong with you, Tiffany?
As vetoed, the trustees turn around and vote to override her. That did not happen tonight, but is something that could take place at the next village board meeting, which is coming up on May 20th. Live in Dalton tonight, Dana Rebick, WGN News.
More to come there, Dana. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Southern Confidential. And for more on this developing story and all things true crime, hit subscribe.